because a lot of times with the option, you're in one-on-one situations where you've got defensive blockers trying to cut you and then make a tackle in open space. And that's a tough thing about that offense.
Overall in defense last week, did you see a little bit of a problem with tackling? It seemed like there wasn't a lot.
Yeah, we missed some tackles. I mean, I told Melvin Ingram, I said, I've never seen a guy get National Defense Player of the Week and didn't make a tackle. You know, he got it because he made some big plays. And I mean, he knew it. He said, Coach, when somebody told me I got these, I said, there's no way. Because I believe Melvin missed 3 tackles. He got out. You know, we just ran the ball carrier. And that guy was a good runner, too. But we've got to do a good job of staying behind the ball so you don't overrun.
Coach, the number 2 defensive tackle spot, is there a chance that Byron Jerideau could get some more snaps this week?
Yeah, you know, Jerideau with Will and a lot of those guys. I mean, it depends. The offense has been so different. You know, we used Melvin in there a lot first week, Melvin some last week. Kelsey played a lot this past week inside. Again, we've been so different with the offenses we faced these first 3 weeks that it's kind of dictated who I played in there.
What do you want from your defensive tackles against the triple option? Do you want a guy that can kind of clog up the line, or do you want somebody who can move a little quicker, like Kelsey?
I want him to be technique sound, and again, you can try to compact the inside of the defense right there, and then the ball's going to the perimeter. And when it goes to the perimeter, hopefully we do a good job of rallying the football. But again, the option is built to negate a defensive line because they squeeze everything down and they try to get the ball outside. That's why it's such a tough offense to defend. You end up with a lot of one-on-one situations out in the perimeter.
So is Melvin lobbying now to get a few snaps on offense?
Melvin's been lobbying to get snaps on offense since we recruited him out of high school. I mean, it took me 2 years to convince him to put his hand on the ground. And again, the game I saw Melvin play in high school, he blocked a kick, ran it back for a touchdown, had about a 50-yard run, tailback for a touchdown. I think he intercepted a pass ran for a touchdown. He scored every point in the game for Richmond County, so he's a unique individual.
I think he made himself some money the last 2 weeks.
I don't know. We had a lot of pro scouts in here today. You'd have to ask those guys. That's, you know, but Melvin's a tremendous athlete, and he's doing a lot of neat things. I've never had a defensive lineman fake a punt, you know, and score a touchdown. Never had a defensive lineman catch the ball on an onside kick, you know, to kind of help seal the game. So, and I told Coach Spur last week, we were over there doing some drill work during the kicking period, and I had just a freshman over there, and he said, where are the rest of your guys? And I said, I've never had this many guys on special teams in my entire career, so maybe we're getting better athletes in the program.
Speaks to the athleticism.
Yeah.
More scouts than normal on a Monday?
Yeah. After you play an SEC game, we always have a bunch of them in here. Because and I tell our kids, that's who they want to see you play. That's what you're putting on tape right there. You're building your resume right there. Because, I mean, this league's different.
Have you felt like he's a guy, even though he is from afar, people haven't known who he is as much as they have in the last week? Have you felt like he's a guy who was going to have a future at the next level?
I think, I've been told that,
yeah.
You know, and I'm not a pro scout, but I've been told by some of those guys, a lot of those guys are my friends, and they think he's got a tremendous, chance to play in that league for a long time. In fact, he's out here working on long snapping every night. He's a great long snapper. And I've told Melvin, I said, if you'll learn how to do that, you can be somebody's number 2 snapper. And then one day when you get tired of being a defensive player, you can be a snapper for a long time.
6 or 7 years.
He's really good at it. I mean, Melvin, he can do everything. When he played in the Shrine Bowl coaches told me that year he was their best quarterback, he was their best kicker, their best punter, their best snapper. He was their best everything. And so he's tremendous. You know, he's talented, tremendous athlete.
What's the progress that Clowney made going from game 1 to game 2?
Made a couple plays, you know.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
You know, made a couple plays. And I mean, Jadeveon is he's going to be a tremendous player. He's humble. He wants to learn. And I've said that over and over again. But I can't emphasize that enough. I mean, he is eager to be the best that he can be. And so, a lot of guys, again, with that recruiting background he had, they're not like that. They think they got all the answers. He's not like that at all. He's a pleasure to coach. He's learning how to give a great effort all the time. But, I mean, those 2 sacks he had this past week. I mean, the first one, I mean, he was on that quarterback in a hurry, and the second one, that was a screenplay. Yeah, and Melvin banged up on the back and kind of delayed him, and the quarterback, couldn't see him. I mean, Jadeveon was all over him. Yeah. I mean, bam, right now.
Was that Clown just recognizing the gap? Because he shot through that gap without him being touched.
We stunned him inside.
Okay.
We had him coming inside and Melvin off the edge. Yeah. And they both were right where they were supposed to be and doing exactly what they were supposed to do. And, they both of them were successful in the play. And Ended up with a touchdown.
Was there any concerns going into the game for him about the fact that it was an SEC road game and how he would react to that situation? Or that?
No,